I just finished watching a movie called Hereditary, I think. I mean, I don't know how to pronounce it. Hereditario. Hereditary. Um, I'm so confused. I really enjoyed it. It was kind of slow in the beginning, but um, I fucking enjoyed it. And I feel like I need to look up for some YouTube video explaining the whole movie because I think I understood it, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Like, my thoughts throughout the whole movie were, what the fuck? I don't know. I really liked it, but I'm so confused. I'm so fucking confused. And I'm gonna look at some videos about this shit because I think I'm going in the right direction, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, maybe not, because I don't trust my brain. So, yeah, Hereditary, really, really liked it, even though I'm fucking confused. Really fucking enjoyed it. And oh my god, can we just talk about Alex's performance for a second? Have you ever seen Naked Brothers Band? I was in love with Nat. That's the one I was in love with. And that he's the reason I watched Netflix Death Note in the first place. I love him, but Alex was like, whatever, the little brother. And he grew up to become such a great actor. I mean, I was really impressed at his performance in this movie. He was fucking amazing. And I need to say, I miss Naked Brothers Band. I still listen to their songs, not gonna lie. My favorite one is the one that says, I feel alone. Walking down the street, I feel alone. Oh, and the long distance relationships will kill you. Oh, love that one too. Anyways, this is not about Naked Brothers Band. Liked the movie, enjoyed so much the performance, and yeah. I just finished watching an anime called Domestic Girlfriend. I really, really enjoyed it, and it ended like it should have another season coming out. The first season came out last year, 2019, I think February. So it should have another season coming out, but I just looked it up and no, apparently there's not another season coming out, and that day it usually happens didn't follow the manga completely and like skipped important parts of the anime and like plots that would really like help us understand why the characters are the way they are and like their feelings for each other and all this shit. So I'm thinking about reading the manga now because if I'm not gonna have another season and it's just gonna end like that, like I can't live with it. So I'm gonna, whoops, I think I'm gonna look for the manga. If it's in my favorites, I'll let you know if I look for it because I'm probably not, but whatever. Domestic Girlfriend, really enjoyed it. Really cute and you know, your typical, I guess, shonen, because that's not shoujo. It's not like girly romantic, it was more like mainly romantic, like for boys instead of girls, but whatever. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Just finished watching Don't Fuck with Cats. And I believed the whole thing until the end. Now I'm like, was this all made up just to, you know, entertain people? Or was it real? I mean, I'm gonna look it up afterwards. I should have looked it up before filming this, because that's definitely gonna affect my review, I guess. In the end, I don't know if it was real or if it was fake just to entertain people or to, you know, make us open our eyes about something. Because that's the way it sounded in the end when the woman said it's time to turn off the machine. But if it was real, this Luca guy was a fucking genius. I'm kinda glad he decided to, I don't even remember the name of the movie, to recreate whatever movie I forgot the name of, instead of something like more bloody and awful. Really sad for the victim though, cause I mean, he still died in a pretty horrible way. There have been worse serial killers, so I'm quote unquote glad that he did it that way and not in a more horrible way, especially if he was, you know, filming it Again, this is if the documentary is real. I have no idea. I mean, as I said, I really believed everything until the end, and I was like, wait, was everything fake? I just finished watching Next in Fashion. Oh my god. So prepare for a story. When I graduated high school, I started studying fashion design, and I've always liked it. I remember I used to make my Barbies like clothing out of freaking paper. The thing is, I've never been very like I've never had like a big imagination. And also I was just talking with a friend today about how I just feel like I'm late to like everything. Like I started drinking late for people my age, I guess. I started wanting to do many things way past the age my friends did and like people my age did. So when I graduated high school, I was 16, and right away I started studying fashion design, but I ended up dropping out because reasons. Then I tried like a few more courses and, you know, ended up dropping out. Last year I went to that university where I started studying over 10 years ago, because I kind of felt like I wanted to pick up where I left off, I guess. Like I wanted to study again. But then I put everything in a balance, and I realized that don't have the time for it, I don't have the money for it, I don't have the possibility for it. So it's a good thing that the university was closed and they couldn't give me any prices or anything, because it's not just paying for private education, because we don't have like public universities that have this career. It's not only paying for a private freaking university, is also paying for all the like materials and everything that you're gonna use. I already have a sewing machine. I've had it for a good while now, and I have a little bit of knowledge, but not that much. So I made a few things back in the day, and I was proud of myself because that was without any kind of knowledge, like no one taught me. So yeah, I started watching Next in Fashion because, I've always liked fashion design. I cried, and my favorite one won, and I'm so happy, and it just reminded me that that's just one of my dreams, another dream that got crushed by communism, but hey. It was great. If you like this kind of competitions and you like fashion, you're gonna love this one. And also if you like Queer Eye, because how do you call them, the presentador, the person who presents the show, one of them is Sam France from Queer Eye. So I freaking loved it. I love the show. I'm so happy that my favorite one won, and I wish I had like a notebook or something, because as I was watching, I got all these ideas about designs and shit. Like I ran out of paper in that book, but I used to have a book, like the pages were all blank, where I would like design anything, because I would have an idea come to my head out of nowhere. So I had it in my mom's house. I don't have it here, but specifically clothes inspired in like maybe anime characters or cartoon characters, especially Disney bounding, because I really wanted to start making Disney bound. That was probably like 3 years ago. I really wanted to start making Disney bound clothes. To the Disney live actions, I wanted to start going Disney bounding, and I did with Beauty and the Beast, but then the rest, I just didn't have enough money to make my clothes. But I did make a dress inspired in Belle, and I made it myself, and it was huge, so I had to put like a ribbon, and it was, I don't know, it was kind of embarrassing because everyone was just staring like, what are you doing with this dress here? But I was proud of myself, because that was the first thing I made, the first and last thing I made since 2009 or something. So yeah. Next in fashion. It just brought back so many memories and so many emotions. I just finished watching, finally, Glee. I don't know if you remember, if you've been here since I started watching it, but I started watching it last year, I believe. I talked about it in one of my monthly favorites. And I think I mentioned I would talk more deeply about it after I finished, and I just did. I took a little time in the end because, to be honest, it got a little boring after they graduated high school. But I didn't stop watching because, I mean, I really loved it. I've said this a couple of times, but watching Glee at nights always, like I would make myself a tea and I would sit down and watch it after I finished editing or filming. And it felt like a warm hug because when I started Glee, I was going through something. I mean, I'm always going through something, but every single show or movie that I watch, especially show that I watch when I'm going through a hard time, it always has like a more special part in my heart or something. And Glee definitely, like it really felt like a warm hug in a hard moment. And every time I watched it, it was just my tea, Glee, and everything was better. Actually, the tea I drank every time, it's my favorite tea, but I can't get it in Venezuela. I used to get it on Amazon, but I haven't been able to order anything on Amazon again in a little bit, so I ran out. But I ran out like a few weeks ago. It was a really big box, so yeah, I've been drinking it since day one of Glee, and every time I would make it, if I wasn't gonna watch Glee, as soon as I smelled it, I just thought of Rachel and like Glee and Finn and all the characters every time, even if I wasn't gonna watch Glee. When I smelled it, it just felt like Glee, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, because smells to me, I really associate them a lot. I forget a lot about things and about people and about everything, but smells is something I don't forget. So, for example, yesterday I went downstairs, and in the lobby of the building there was someone wearing the exact same perfume, my cologne. I think it's cologne for men in English. The exact same cologne that my uncle used to wear a long time ago. My dad's brother, not my mom's brother. My dad's family lives in another state, so I don't see them much. But the exact same cologne he used to wear when I would go visit on vacations, those were one of the best times of my life. He was wearing it, and as soon as I smelled it, I was like, oh, I traveled back to all those beautiful memories and shit. So I know that if I ever buy that tea again and I smell it, I'm just gonna think about Glee, and it's gonna make me so happy. Anyways, I know I'm a mess and my nose is very red because I, believe it or not, cried. You guys know I'm a mess, and I cry a lot with watching shows. Is not just for the views, it's not just in reactions. I cry even more when I'm watching them on my own because I'm not wearing any makeup, so I can't just, let it all out. And yeah, I'm so happy I finished Glee, and I'm so happy I decided to watch it in the first place. I've always wanted to watch it, and finally I got the chance. I do that, like, I watch a very old show that I've always wanted to watch, and then when I finish it, I pick another show. I started with Friends. No, I started with Ghost Whispers. Oh my god, I started a long time ago, a very long time ago. But I watched Ghost Whisper because I used to watch it with my uncle. But I never watched the episodes in order. So I watched it on my own. Same with Friends. And I did that 70s show. I did now Glee. I've done a few shows. So guys, I'm taking recommendations here, because I don't know what to do with my life now. Like, the main show that I've been watching for like a year, I just finished, and Like, what do I do now? What do I do with my life? Just tell me. Just suggest a quote unquote old show that was very popular and very emotional, like Friends or Ghost Whispers or Glee, or I would like to watch The Right Order, The Big Bang Theory, and Two and a Half Men. Also, How I Met Your Mother, but those are not in Netflix, I think, so not a great option for me. Anyways, Glee, the warmest hug I ever needed, and it was just fucking beautiful and amazing, and I cried so much. I was very late to the party with what's his name's the guy who plays Finn. I completely forgot his name, but with his death and the episode in his honor and everything, I was absolutely late to the party, but that doesn't mean that I cried less. I cried fucking reverse. Yeah, I fucking love musicals, and I fucking loved Glee, and oh my god, I fell in love and hated all of the characters so many times. This was great. This was fucking amazing, and if you haven't seen it, because you probably don't like musicals, give it a chance. Just give it a chance and ignore the musicals, I guess. Oh my god, my favorite character was Sue Sylvester. I felt so related to her almost all the time. There were some times where she was like, I don't know, like they turned her into something not as badass and cool as she was in the beginning, but absolutely loved her. Her character, amazing. Glee, amazing. Oh my god, you guys, I just finished watching The Circle on Netflix, I think, because I looked it up, because how do I sign in? You know what I'm saying? I want to be a member. I want to go through all that. It looked so much fun. I am not a huge fan of reality TV, I think, like not at this level. It's 1:30 a.m. and I'm just here watching. I said I was gonna go to bed early. I just couldn't stop watching. I couldn't stop watching. And I've been watching it when I'm having dinner or lunch, because it's when, I have like my break. And I wanted it to last, but tonight I just couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. My favorite was 100% Shubi. Oh my god, it was everybody's favorite. And Rebecca was so good looking and handsome. Holy shit. But yeah, I seriously enjoyed this reality show so much. Like, I enjoyed it so much that I had to Google, like, how do I get cast in? How do I send my shit? I want to go there. Like, what is happening? So that's when I realized there is one in the UK. I think that's the original one. There is one in France. And there is one in Brazil, which is like super close to me, a few hours away. Well, like 10 plus hours away in a car. But I don't know Portuguese, so I'm so sad that I live in this shitty country, and we're never gonna get something as cool as that. But I'm glad for Brazil, I guess. But I mean, if they were gonna make The Circle in Latin America, why pick the only country that doesn't speak Spanish? Anyways, I freaking loved it. And I am going to be refreshing that website, because I do want to be a part of this reality TV. I don't know why, okay? It just looked so much fun. And I think, like, how did they do? There were cameras everywhere. How did they shower? How did they, like, we never saw them like sitting on the toilet or anything, but are the cameras filming 24/7? Are the people that edit the episodes gonna see you naked and they like cut it out? I don't know how that worked, and I'm super shy. Like I don't let literally anyone see my naked body. Like, I barely see myself in the mirror, and it's like just 2 seconds and then I move away. And even if they film you butt naked in the shower and then they edit you out, but you still have people looking at you naked, I would totally go in. I just loved it so much. It was so freaking entertaining, and it was so fun. I think I liked it so much because, and I want to be like part of it, because I've always really been a very, I don't want to say a social media person, but kinda, because ever since I got internet when I was like 11 years old, I have been making friends online, and like the majority of my teenage years I didn't have real friends. I only had online friends. My first love was from Mexico, and he was also my best friend. I only had online friends. It wasn't until I was like 16 when my cousin moved in with us because he's a soccer player, and he came to play for a while with this state's soccer team. That he would just look at me all the time, just locked in my room, in my computer. He was like, you need to go out and have like a social life. And I was like, this is my social life. Like online, internet, messenger. Here are my friends. Here's my life. So I think that's why I want to be a part of the circle so hard, because I've never catfished anyone, just once, because I used my cousin's picture. She was like 2 years older than me, but I was very young and I wanted to meet people, and also back then I was very like not confident at all with my gift from the gods. But now I have a freaking YouTube channel and I post videos without freaking makeup, and like I have Instagram and I post Insta stories like in the bathroom with a towel around my body and like removing my makeup, making faces. I don't really care anymore, so I would totally want to be a part of the circle so much. I was even thinking like I could catfish though, just for fun. But Rebecca's experience was so hard. I don't know if I could. And if I did, I think I would be a guy. Because, you know, it's like my freaking dream to be a drag queen. And drag queens are just guys. I can't be a drag queen. So I think I would catfish as a guy, maybe not a drag queen, because they're pretty popular, and what if one of the contestants knows the person or whatever. I think I would use my cousin's picture, maybe. I'm getting too worked up with this. I loved so much this show. If you haven't seen it, I mean, it's a really nice watch for when you have nothing to do, when you're eating or something, or you want to have it in the background while you're, I don't know, sketching, doing anything else. Really entertaining, really funny. Really enjoyed it. I just finished watching two things. I'm not gonna be in the video this time because I am a freaking mess. I haven't had water in a while. Like, I haven't showered in a couple of days. My freaking kitchen is... everything is freaking dirty, so I can't cook, I can't eat, I can't do anything. So I'm not feeling my best, so I'm not gonna show my face. I just finished two things. The first one, I finished it a little bit ago and I forgot to record my opinion about it. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is the one I just finished, which is I Am Not Okay With This. Oh my god, I loved it so much. I love the It Kids. I love them. I said it the first time I watched it. I said it the second time I watched it, and the third. I love them so much. I think they're so talented and they were like so good. So I was so happy to see this show where two of the It Kids were in, and oh my god, they were so cute. I am in love with the little kid that plays Stanley. His name in It is also Stanley, and in the show is Stanley, so it was cool. I am in love with him. He's so cute. I want to pinch his cheeks and I want to tell him everything is gonna be okay. Like, in love, not in like real love. You know what I mean. Yeah, I freaking love the show. I love that the episodes were so short. I love shows that are interesting and the episodes are short because I can't just eat them up really quick. And I don't know, it's cool. I love the superpowers and it's really, really cool if you want to watch it. But like, you are used to the spoilers here in this video, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm really sad that Sid, the main girl, didn't like Stan, the main boy. She liked her best friend, and I mean, I guess that's okay. Pretty sure kids don't get that kind of representation, LGBT girls, that kind of representation in shows. But still, I would have loved is if they liked each other in that way. Would have loved even more that she didn't play with his feelings, but you know, kids, teenagers, they gotta break some hearts and shit. So yeah, I am not okay with this. Super cool and sad that I'm gonna have to wait probably a year for season 2. Ugh. And the second thing I watched, which was actually the first thing whatever, Love is Blind. Oh my god. Okay, so I decided to watch, I think I already talked about The Circle, right? I decided to start watching reality TV because I don't want to get too invested emotionally in things. So I said, you know what, reality TV, you don't get emotionally invested, like, it's reality TV, you know, like, it's impossible to get emotionally invested. But guess what? I did. After I finished The Circle, I started watching Love is Blind, and guess what's the first thing I did? Get emotionally invested. Because this experiment wasn't really an experiment for me. Like, oh, falling in love with someone you've never seen. Like, I've fallen in love online so many times with people on Messenger, like actual Hotmail Messenger. So I didn't see it like weird. Everybody was like, oh yeah, I just formed that emotional connection first and this is so crazy. And I was like, bitch, I did that when I was like 13. My best friend, I met him on like an anime forum or something, and we would talk on Messenger every day, every hour of the day. He was from Mexico, and I did see him like in a video call a few times because he wasn't very confident. I wasn't either, but I was super in love with him. But yeah, like I don't understand. Oh, the experiment was so crazy. I don't understand that part, but I really really enjoyed this show and this experiment. And the only couple I thought were gonna say yes said no. That really freaking surprised me. And of course, I fell in love with a few of the characters, and I was rooting for them. And then when their hearts got broken, mine got broken too. Oh, and there's a Venezuelan girl, and oh my god, I was so excited when I saw her. And then his family came into the show, and the mom was speaking Venezuelan Spanish, and that was super amazing. I love that. So yeah, if you want to watch a show where you're not gonna get emotionally invested, do not watch Love is Blind.
I am Peter Pan, I'll never be a man if you never wanna grow. Take my hand, I'll take you